following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
To the adventure and PipeNuts on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman.
Hey everybody, we can't hear you, Pipeman. Oh no, what happened? This is the Adventures of Pipeman.
Hello.
Hi.
So yeah, we're having a little technical difficulties because I decided to switch teams and come over to the studio today. And hold on. Let's get rid of that speaker.
While we hold on, I
All right,
everybody had a good weekend.
What I love the eyelashes.
Oh, thank you.
Is that a filter or is that the real you?
It's the real me, left no filter.
So yeah, we had technical difficulties here because you know, I had a lot of crap going on last minute this morning that normally happens, and I came to the studio to do the show, and then blah, 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 blah. So here we are, the Adventures of Pipeman, W4CY Radio, W4CY.com, and I'm here with my PipeNuts. Right here we have Rebel, who stumbled on starting the show while she couldn't hear me, and she was supposed to take the reins over. And then we have over here, who is next to me in the studio, but is not in the show yet. So let's bring on Juan. Juan's our engineer.
Hey.
He is our representative. So is that bleeding because I'm speaking into my mic and it's coming into your mic?
No, it's just because we're in the same room, so you're listening to the delayed on the mic, and then the real time. Yeah.
So the people out there hearing this aren't hearing that.
No,
they're not hearing what I'm hearing. They're not hearing me talk to myself with my schizophrenic voices, right?
No, not at all.
Speaking of, I think it's a conspiracy, actually. I think somebody invaded the show and created all these technical issues so that we would screw up. And it has everything to do with the Olympics and World War III, too, which just started last night.
It did.
Did you know that?
No.
You didn't know that?
I didn't. I must have slept through it.
That is such a Louisiana answer.
You don't know what happened. You're so Louisiana. You don't know what happened.
No.
You have no idea that somebody just took out the head of Hamas and they did it in Iran because the leader was going there for some ceremony. And then on top of it, now all the conspiracy people, because we're going to talk about that a little today, how wacky people are connecting that to the attempted, ass of Trump.
Why? Wait. Okay. First of all, this is a bad thing that happened, right?
Yeah, it's a very bad thing because they're talking that this could be the beginning of not good things. Not the end, but definitely there have been threats for sure.
Well,
look, it's my photographer that comes to all the festivals says, "Hi guys."
Hi.
And she's in Louisiana too. But she's in a good part of Louisiana, not like you, Rebel.
Oh, is there a good place?
Well,
let me know, so I'll go there.
I don't know. I'm from New York and New Jersey. There's no good parts of Louisiana. In fact, I was just talking to somebody last night, one of my best friends from high school, that Rebel. They used to engineer here at the station, and he's moving to Louisiana. And I advised him that he is the wrong type of person to live in Louisiana. Yeah.
Some places.
Louisiana is a scary place for a few types of individuals. Yankees for sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. I give you that one. It's we do have Southern comfort here.
Yeah. Do you describe that as like the movie Deliverance? Is that Southern comfort?
No. That's no.
Have you ever squealed like a pig, Rebel?
No.
How about you, Juan?
Only when I'm getting tickled, but other than that, no.
Tell us about your tickle stories.
Oh no, those are private.
Give us one. Give us one tickle story.
Those are private and should be used for blackmail only.
Oh.
Yeah.
Were feathers involved?
I cannot divulge that kind of information.
Okay.
Rebel.
Totally understand.
Rebel, when you have sex with the KKK, is tickling involved and squealing involved?
No, neither. None
Okay.
of the above. And I do not do that. Just saying, this is an ongoing joke that we have. I do not have sex.
So, but you were under the white sheets, right? You guys did it under the sheets? Yeah?
No.
Have you ever had sexual relations with Bill Clinton?
No.
I think that would be a good time for us to do the presidential promo because I think you're lying. I think you did have sex.
Bill.
You come on. Oh, so it was what's her name? Hillary?
I don't play for that side of the fence. I'm sorry, everybody. That's just not my
All right. Before we bring on our guest, Rolo, why don't you run? Not Rolo. See, I'm talking about Michael now. Juan, because his nickname's Rolo. You got to Rolo to your friend. And I'm rolling Rolo over to Louisiana to Rebel.
I want to know where he's moving in Louisiana.
Let's run the presidential promo because now things are really heating up in this presidential contest, and Pipeman is going to win because I'm just going to take all my competitors out.
In a vote.
No, meaning I'm going to win. What do you think?
Well, because people could take that the wrong way, and we don't want anybody to misunderstand. We don't say anything like that.
Do you think that Bill Clinton had sexual relations with that woman?
Well, yeah, she was, under the desk.
Okay, wait.
Under the podium.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Hey folks, this is Bill Clinton. I listen to W4CY.com. And just remember, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Bring back the good old days, and I will have sexual relations with that woman. Vote Pipeman for Prez.
There it is. And if I'm voted president, I'm going to open all borders around the world and unite the whole world. And we don't have any borders, any passports, any hate, anything against anybody else. We're just one big happy family that all shares the same yard. What do you think, Rebel?
I think that would be ultimately wonderful if everybody could just get along and learn that they don't have to agree with everything that each other does, but they can move on from it.
I think on that note, we should bring somebody on the show that unites all musicians around the world to help them all give us great therapy of music. And she's a phenomenal musician herself. Are you sure that people aren't hearing this one? Because I'm hearing the echo. You're not hearing the echo?
I'm not hearing an echo, but it sounds like you're a big tube.
It does sound like a man too.
It does
Do,
sound like a
are any of
big
these on? Is this
Just mine.
thing on?
Just mine.
So if you shut yours off, let's see
That's
what
better.
happens. Okay, Juan just shut it off.
That's better.
Oh, see, that's where now the speaker's on. Let's fix that. Get rid of the speakers. Okay.
Pull that plug.
All right. So now, is it better, Rebel?
Yes.
Okay, Juan, now put your mic back on. We're going to do technical testing right here. Yep, it's your mic. Shut your freaking mic off.
Oh, we're gonna mute me today.
Yeah, you're the one getting muted. And since you're the engineer, fix that problem so you can get your mic back on. Okay? And see, I hear it again. Is your mic on now?
Yeah, it was a second ago. Just you have to remember to turn it on when you talk. On.
No, but okay, so there's no background. So
No.
let me start over. This is a complete shit show today. I'm just saying. It is. It's a complete. I had no plans to come in here today to do the studio. I decided at the last minute I'm going to do the show at the studio, and look at what happened. The Pipeman was not prepared for this. We have such an important show today because we're bringing on this incredible guest who's an incredible music artist, musician, songwriter, and she helps people around anywhere that's in music to get noticed because it's so hard to break in music today. And so we're going to bring her on to discuss what she does, what she's all about. And we're going to talk about her later in the show, but we're going to bring her on now so she can help us discuss music at the Olympics this year, because this year was one of the most badass musical things ever at the Olympics, only because I'm a big Gojira fan and that medal made it into the Olympics. Maybe now Jethro Tull won't win any more medal awards at the Grammys. You know about that, right, Rebel? Rebel? You don't know about that? Okay. Corinne probably knows. We're going to bring Corinne Barrett on. Come on down.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show.
Honored to be here.
We need your help because I'm doing like a real shit show today.
Uh-oh.
All this so, yeah, I mean, I hardly ever come into a studio anymore, so I wasn't prepared. And of course, usually last minute me is like, I got 10 million things going on and I'm going to just show up for the show. And usually that works out well, but today it did not.
But I want to say kudos to Juan for being able to deal with everything at the minute. And anybody who's interested in being here at the studio or with us in general, we got you.
It has nothing to do with the studio. It's all me. Okay. The studio's fine. I'm not even using the studio mics. Okay. Juan has it all under control. Me, on the other hand, no, not so much. But, you know, I've only been doing this like forever. But, you know, somehow I lost how to do it.
Was it the jackhammer over your head?
I escaped that. That's at home. Okay. I escaped that. Okay.
I know, that's why you came into the studio, right?
See, there's no jackhammer over my head, so it's hard for me to concentrate now.
Oh my goodness. I seriously think your neighbor is just having a really, really good time.
No, I'm a metalhead. I like lots of noise around me. So, real quick, before we get into the Olympics, and then we're going to come back and talk more about you. Why, since you're here now, Corinne, why don't you tell everybody what you're all about? What's your elevator pitch?
Well, actually, I'm here to help musicians, a lot of indie artists especially. You know, they do need a chance, and that's why I opened up my own company, Corinne Barrett Official Music, and I am also launching the Global Song Contest for everyone. So that's really my mission, is to help. I'm a singer-songwriter, as you know, Dean, and you've had me on your show way before. And just love singing, songwriting, but, you know, being in the business like yourself, you know, it's challenging and it's hard. You know how the industry's changed dramatically. And I get submissions all the time from these indie artists, and I was like, okay, so how am I supposed to help these people? Because I'm also a radio announcer on Your Hits Digital. I have 2 shows every week, Mondays and Saturdays. So I kept getting flooded with submissions from indie artists. So I was like, what can I do to help these people? Including I still sing and songwrite. So I decided to open up my own company where, I do jingles and commercials and music placements as well. But that was my mission, to like really help these people, because it's hard out there. I think you can agree, right, Dean?
Oh, it's totally hard. And since you mentioned jingles, I'm going to put Rebel on the spot.
Thank you.
Rebel, why don't you show Corinne what you use as your voice for jingles?
I don't use a specific voice for jingles. He doesn't like my young voice, a little voice.
Your pedophile voice. Let's call it what it is.
Pedophile voice.
Okay. Okay. All right. We're gonna run the Groupon commercial, Corinne, and you be the judge if it sounds like her voice is pedophile or creepy, or if it's like a perfect voiceover.
Okay.
Let's do it. You got it ready, Juan? Let's do it.
Are you tired of the same old bed and breakfast? Come visit the Pipe Cave, where you can service the Pipe Man all night long, and then serve the Pipe Man breakfast.
And then get the hell out.
That's the Pipe Man Groupon. The Groupon special is normally $1.99, but today it's on sale for $99. Just call into the show right now, 561-623-9429, and you too can have the Pipe Man Groupon. I had the Groupon. You should too.
Now, before Corinne answers, that's not your pedophile voice. Okay? Now give your pedophile voice.
I know what you're talking about. I just don't get it. It's not a pedophile voice.
Yeah. See, she does that trying to sound sexy.
I do not try. That is not a sexy voice. That is a little character voice. That is not trying to be sexy.
So yeah, I'm like, Rebel, okay, we got this lawyer that needs a commercial done. Can you please do the voiceover for and that's what she comes up with.
That's not the only one. I make several versions of the commercial where people can pick through what they want.
Right.
They want to pick they get to pick which level of pedophilia they can pick from.
Would you please explain to him when someone's voicing a young person, they have to adjust?
But why are you voicing a young person when it's like some 60-year-old attorney?
I've never done that for a 60-year-old attorney. Okay, well, maybe.
Love it.
But I've never voiced a commercial for an attorney like that.
We have another comment from my photographer. I'm not sure what I said was questionable, but I'm sure it was all of it.
What was the question?
Well, she said, that's questionable for sure. So there's something I said that was questionable. It was probably everything. Just saying.
Please let us know what he said that may be questionable. Was it the commercial? Because the commercial's set for that. I mean,
no, it was before the commercial. It was before the commercial. Trust me.
Oh, it was before.
Okay.
I think it was something dealing with Louisiana. Oh, it was about the nice part of Louisiana, that she lives in the nice part.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Well, if Lori lives there, it's not the nice part of Louisiana. Just saying.
Oh, gee. Why? So back to the question. When you listen to the voiceover for the Groupon commercial, what did you think? Did it fit in place? Is it proper?
You're asking me?
Yes.
It's definitely got a little twinge of sexuality to it, but I liked it.
Yeah, that one's good. I like that one. It's when she
Yeah.
has the, "Hey,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
Rebel, and call my attorney now. He does such great things for me."
Well, I mean, it was definitely appealing. How's that?
So let's talk about the Olympics and music, okay?
Okay.
Because I think it was phenomenal this year, and music is the best therapy and the best uniter. But yet somehow people can take this great performance and turn it into something stupid. Okay? Because you got all these people out there with their stupid conspiracy theories. Okay, I conspiracy theories. But now we're just getting ridiculous. Everything's a conspiracy theory. It's like I know this girl here. We're in Florida. There was lightning out, and she's like, "See, that's Bill Gates controlling the weather." I'm like, "See, we live in Florida." Like common sense.
Yeah.
So that brings me to Gojira. Okay, so the big thing going on now is Gojira is a legendary metal band that is French. Okay, use some common sense, people. They picked them to play the Olympics because the Olympics is in France. But somehow these people that are taking too much ayahuasca or something are sitting there saying, "Oh, see, that's the Illuminati once again getting involved with Hollywood." First of all, Paris is not Hollywood. Hate to tell you, go take a geography class, okay? Secondly, okay, they're like, "Look, see, they put this heavy metal band on and they're bringing Satan in." Read the lyrics, people. Okay, stop making assumptions about music. Read the lyrics. Gojira is the antithesis of satanic. Yes, the guy sings like this, but that doesn't mean he's satanic. That's his voice.
Right.
But they sing about saving the planet, saving whales, everybody loving each other. Somehow, I don't think that's what Satan preaches in his temple.
Exactly.
Okay.
We're making assumptions. Yes, of course.
And then these idiots create new memes. And they do the logo of the Olympics saying 666.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Maybe you people are the number of the beast. Maybe you're the reptilians. Maybe you're the ones that are the Illuminati. And you're just trying to gaslight all the rest of us. What do you think, Rebel?
Oh, I mean, there's so many ways to look at this. Now, I don't understand why so many people like to give others so much attention. Like somebody from the Illuminati whispering these things so they can get more attention, or no offense to anyone in the Illuminati, so sorry. Don't know where I live. Anyway, so
have you had sex with the Illuminati, Rebel? Is that what it is?
Not that I know of, but when I do, I'll let you know.
Okay.
But
right.
I just don't get it. Why does it have to be like that? It's so easy to spread negativity than to actually sit and live in a moment and enjoy it.
Absolutely. What are your thoughts, Corinne?
I'm like you, Dean. I mean, the lyrics are really good, and so what if they're singing like that or they're playing like that? You know, music is music. They're putting out a good song and a good vibe. Really?
And people love them.
Yeah.
And it was a phenomenal performance. And what was really cool about it is it started with Les Mis, and that's what they thought was satanic too, these idiots. Like, get some culture, you people in the backwoods of Louisiana or wherever you are, okay? Maybe you should take a trip to Broadway in New York and realize that Broadway shows are not satanic, except the ones that are. And Les Mis is not one of them, okay? And so it was Marie Antoinette, you idiots, okay? It's not Satan announcing Gojira, okay?
Right.
And then it was really cool how they segued from Les Mis into metal and then segued out into classical music. Trivia question here. All right. Ready for this? For everybody on the show here. And Corinne, you better get it right because you're in the music business, so you better get it right. How are classical music and heavy metal connected? Why would they put those two together? Rebel, what's your answer?
It's a good combination, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, that's a bullshit answer.
They all
Juan, what's
play the
your
same
answer?
chords.
Juan, what's your answer?
Oh, I don't know. I don't listen to heavy metal.
Okay, well then get out of the studio. Corinne, what's your answer?
Let's see. I would say that the combination of sounds, classical and heavy metal.
It's close.
Yeah,
Heavy metal is actually a derivative of classical music.
right. That's what I was thinking. Like just the notes.
Yeah, it's a derivative.
Yeah.
And they do like they drop the E, they make it heavier, make it faster, but basically it stems from classical music.
Classical music, yeah, which is one of my faves,
Who's your favorite classical artist?
Oh, Mozart.
Very nice. I think my favorite, if I was going to pick a favorite classical music band, I would pick Rush probably.
Oh.
Just because it plays on a classic channel doesn't make it classical music.
No, like it's very musical, so it must be classical. It's progressive. It's progressive classical.
Yeah.
They're not really classical. I'm just full of shit.
But they are old enough to play on that channel.
But here's something funny. Here's another trivia question. Why are they such a, Rush? They're a cult band, but how does the rest of the world outside of Canada think of them? Does anybody know?
I think they're pretty well liked. I mean,
agreed.
They've been around for a while.
I've been talking to people in Europe recently, and they don't even know who Rush is.
What?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
because Rush is one of those type of bands that it's like a cultish band, like the Grateful Dead, or anybody like that. It's like there's these people that are obsessed with them, and then there's people that have no clue who they are.
Yeah, I can kind of get that because people like what they like, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And they should all like the Olympics. That's what I say. Because there was other cool shit. Okay, so you had Lady Gaga doing that performance, and she was singing in French. I have to say, as a metalhead, as a punker, Lady Gaga is one of the most talented people on earth.
Totally.
I mean, she can go to any genre. I mean, she did a song with Tony Bennett, and in the same month, she performed on the Grammys with Metallica. Like,
totally.
To be that versatile, to do that. And then, people compare her to Madonna. And I'm going to say right now, and Madonna lives in the town here in Wellington, so I hope she's listening. But, yeah, the world of talent Lady Gaga is nowhere in the same, like Madonna's nowhere in the same ballpark. And I give Madonna a lot of props.
Yeah.
She was a brilliant marketer of her brand.
Totally. That was true.
The talent, though, that Lady Gaga, I don't think Madonna could have crossed genres as many as Lady Gaga does. I don't think she ever sang in French. Maybe she did. But that was pretty impressive.
It was, Dean. And, I had the opportunity to meet her here in New York with an organization that I belong to, Women in Music. They're really big here in New York and worldwide.
Tell us about that.
Well, they're just an organization, nonprofit that just gets together to help everybody in the industry. I went to an event and Lady Gaga was there. Beyonce, got to meet her, and they're just really real people. Lady Gaga went to, I think, the Repertoire School of Music in Manhattan. So she comes from a nice Italian family like I do. Well, half Italian, half English, Irish, but that side of it. And she's really, really, like you said, multi-talented. She is.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Just like you.
Oh,
you're just as
Thank you. I mean,
and how's
thanks
your
for recognizing
family?
that.
How's your family get so lucky to have everybody talented in the family? That's why I want to know.
It's so true. It stemmed from my grandma. And from my grandmother, it went down to my mom, all singers, artists. Then from my mom to me and my brother, you know my brother very well. And yeah, it just was, I guess, goes down in history. But thank you.
Now,
Yeah,
when you
Rebel.
say
Oh, go ahead, Rebel.
when you say it went down, you know, it wasn't just genes. Did your family, like, did your grandmother work with your mom and your mom work with you and the rest of your siblings? How did that, I mean, did y'all help develop, or was it literally just genes? It's just in the genes, or something you know, were
Good question.
not groomed for, but taught and shown?
No, it was literally genes, because my grandmother just sang all the time. My mom and dad won awards for playing piano. They were all multi-talented. Then it came down to my brother and I. My brother, I still work with in music. My brother, Drew. He's a singer-songwriter as well, and he like does a lot for me on the sides for my music. But yeah, it's in the genes. It really is. We never really worked together per se, but everyone supports each other because we all had the talent.
That's very cool. And is
yeah.
it like Levi's or Wrangler?
I don't know. I think it's a better gene than that.
No. I do have to
No.
tell the story real quick. Rebel, you have seen her brother before too, because he actually came in the studio. Okay, he actually would remind you a lot of Chad. Okay, so Corinne, I don't know if you were on when Chad was the engineer here, you know, but he passed away. But Chad was one of the most talented individuals I ever met. He had a metal band in the 80s.
Wow.
And they were just about to break out, be famous like the rest of the hair metal bands. And then his dad, who was a famous polo player, had an accident, and he left music to take care of his dad.
Wow.
When he came back into music, he discovered country music. So he ended up, he's like, he would do country rock duos all over, South Florida, him and Heather Burkett. And he always used to say, I love metal, I love country, and I love Neil Diamond. And he could sing Neil Diamond. You swore it was Neil Diamond.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, I was going to talk to you too about something else the other day. Since you're doing what you're doing, I actually wrote a song that has not been put out there except on my show or at my second divorce. I mean wedding. And so basically what happened is I was getting married, and I decided to write a song for the wife that I was getting married to. And being so me, for 2 weeks, I was not home at all, like before the wedding, 2 weeks before the wedding.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't tell her where I was going. And like, so I'm going out at night. Every night for 2 weeks before the wedding. But I'm the type, I want to pull off a surprise. I will get myself in trouble to pull off a surprise. So I approached Chad and Heather with this song that I wrote, and I'm a published author for books. So there's a reason I'm saying that.
Okay.
He looks at this and he goes, what the fuck is this? Is this a book? And it really was. So he's like, okay, we need to trim this down and get rid of the stuff that's not needed. So everything he asked me, he was like, do we need this? And I'm like, yeah. Can we take this out? No. And you know how it is. You're an artist. It's so hard to take stuff out.
So hard.
I just finally, I'm like, just take whatever out, because there's nothing I'm going to say yes to taking out. So just you do you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so the three of us collabed for that 2 weeks and wrote this song. I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah, definitely.
And maybe we can make something of it. It's so not me. As a matter of fact, are you able to find that song, Juan? I know I can, but I don't know if you can.
Where is it?
I'll find it. Because then it'll be.
Is it on the file, like in the folder, or?
It's somewhere. I'll find it in my Dropbox or something, or maybe another time, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we might not have time this week. Maybe we'll play
What's
it next
the name
week.
of it?
I'm Yours.
Oh,
so take a look. Yeah. So,
yeah, I'd love to collaborate on that one. Definitely.
I'm telling you right now, Chad was one of those types too, that he was a perfectionist. Okay. So unless he thought it was perfection, he would not put it out there. So we never put it out there. He played it. And I'm telling you, we were at this bar, we tested it. And he played it, and there was not one girl in that whole bar that wasn't crying. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And we were like, I kept saying to him, like, we need to put this out. This is like a hit single.
Yeah.
And I attribute to both him and Heather Burkett. The three of us worked together. I gave the book, and they made it into a song.
I could totally sing it for you.
Nice.
Totally. I would love that. I love new projects. Are you kidding me? I absolutely love this stuff. I would love it.
Here you go. Put it out as a book, as a song.
That's it.
And do a video all together. Put
I
the
agree.
whole thing out.
Let's do it.
I agree, Rebel.
So I want, in finishing the story, so Rebel, how I met Corinne is because when I moved to Florida, I moved in this neighborhood that was all dirt lots. And so my house was built, and there was a house next to me that wasn't built. It was just a frame. It was the place me and the neighbor across the street used to go to party. So, you know, if Drew and Lois are listening, they probably know I probably told them.
I think Lois is listening.
I was partying in their house before it was a house.
Exactly.
And then they'll remember, it was so funny. The neighbor on the other side, theirs was all framed, but the guy came in and he like had so many wires connected everywhere. There was like maybe a conspiracy that they were looking to blow up the neighborhood. I don't know. But so what happened okay, so I had long hair at the time. Her brother had long hair.
Oh, yeah.
And the first time we walked outside and saw each other, it's like, oh, another long hair dude. And we became friends.
Yeah. That was nice.
And then we talked about the old metal days because we traveled in similar circles. I was more the Slayer. He was more the Poison.
Nothing wrong with Poison.
No, Bret Michaels is cool as hell. Did you find it?
I have two. One says I'm yours, Mina Tank, and then the other says I'm yours, unknown artist. I'm guessing it's the unknown, right?
That might be somebody else, but let's try to play it and see who it is. Maybe there's somebody else that stole my song.
All right, here it is.
That's it.
Hopefully I can remember the words too. You were just a vision.
Sounds beautiful already.
Easy on the eyes, easy on the heart.
It didn't turn out easy on the heart.
Crazy kind of beautiful. Well, I admit you had me from the start. Things are moving so fast.
Thank you, Pipeman. You rock.
Everything's changing.
Look, Rebel's crying.
Suddenly two hearts had become one. I've waited so long for happiness. I found someone who's ready to give me all that I want. All that I need, living in love and so patiently. You're my love, you're my life, and I'm yours.
Now, see, if it were up to me, I would be singing it like,
you're my love.
When you laugh, when you cry, well, it feels so good when we're together.
And by the way, YouTube, I don't need to write this song. It's my song, so don't block it in certain territories like you like to do.
I've waited so long for happiness. I found someone.
All right, we're running out of time. Let's kill it before everybody starts crying and we ruin the whole show, Juan.
Really, really beautiful.
So I'll send you the MP3 of it.
Oh yeah, I hear a lot of things going on that I could do with that too.
Right?
Yep. Yep. All these different instruments I hear that I could incorporate, and all these different harmonies, and it's going to be beautiful. It is beautiful, but
I tricked him into recording that. I tricked him into recording that because we were doing my live show, and I asked him to play it live on the show. Like he wasn't prepared to. That's why it's just acoustic. And I freaking recorded it.
Awesome.
And because he didn't want to like record it yet because he was such a perfectionist. Like when we started this network, we sat in the studio for 3 months and he would say, "Do you hear that?" And I'm like, "No." He goes, "We need to get rid of that." I'm like, "Okay." Because like he heard things. I picked him. And this is apropos to stuff that you do. I picked him because I was out at one of his gigs, or a lot of them, because we were like best friends. And he was the only musician I ever saw that would get up on stage, play guitar, sing, and mess with the mixer board the whole time.
Oh, wow. That is
the whole time. Because he was
talented.
such a perfectionist with sound. So he's probably up there pissed off at me that I just played that.
Aw, or celebrating you, definitely.
That's right. Absolutely. He was phenomenal, and he is still with this show. He does the intro to this show. He's a permanent part of this show.
Yeah.
But now let's talk about you and what you do, because that's the most important thing.
Oh, thanks, Dean.
The whole show.
I appreciate that and all your support. Well, first and foremost, award-winning singer-songwriter. Been doing that all my life, singing and songwriting since I was a little girl. And then now what I am doing is I am a radio presenter on yourhitsdigital.com. So I have 2 shows, like I was telling you before, Saturdays and Mondays each week. So that's when I was telling you I get flooded with submissions whereby I can help catapult these artists to a different level so they can be heard. Okay. So I do that with love, and I'm really happy to help them. Love doing the show too. Love being on air. It's kind of cool because you're like behind the scenes as well, and I'm not out front now. I used to be out front singing and all that. So that's kind of cool. So it's actually different. Didn't expect that. But the reason why I told you I got that is because someone found my song that I wrote. It was called I Call Each of You by Name, sorry. And it was picked up and by this radio station for the procession of Queen Elizabeth. So it was the opening for her.
That's badass, and I'm surprised they don't think they're part of the Illuminati now.
So anyway, that kind of catapulted that for me. So that was kind of cool, and I was really honored for that. And then I figured, okay, what can I do with this to help artists? So I opened up Corinne Barrett Official Music, literally just opened it. So it's very new. And then from there, I said, okay, now what can I start helping other artists with, which comes to the Global Song Awards contest. So yes, globalsongawards.com, enter. And I have amazing prizes for that. And I'll talk more about that. And then I also work with Song Heroes Music, PR, which they're partners with me as well. I do their A&R, looking for new artists all the time, indie artists. And he does music placements on his end. So we work together, placing music, and I do, like you, Rebel, jingles and commercials, and I do them myself. That was another reason why I started the business too, because everybody's been asking me for jingles and commercials. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing it for everybody. Let me just start the business. So it's like I was getting flooded with everything. So I was like, you know what? Might as well just do it, have my own avenue. And now I can help everyone. So that's really what, my mission is to do, is help everyone.
I think it's amazing what you do, because we talked about it a little bit. It is so hard to be an artist in 2024.
Yes, Dean.
The rock star doesn't exist anymore. So if you're one of those people, I'm going to become a rock star, that doesn't happen anymore. And the fact of the matter is that there's so many people out there that claim to be artists.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many ways for them to get. It's not like the old days. You know, maybe I was brought up in the wrong generation because I used to sing out front too in the 80s and I sucked. Maybe today I would be good. I don't know. But you know, but the fact is they need somebody like you that gives them direction. Because first of all, there's also a lot of people in the business that are going to give you misdirection. There's a lot of cattiness that can happen in the business, and there's a lot of united and friendly, and you know, it's deal with the right people, and you the right people, you know, and so
that's what I try to do. You know, I try to help. That's how I am. I don't change whether I'm on camera, whether I'm off camera. This is me. You're seeing me, who I am. You know, I just always feel that's the way you should be as an artist, you know, whether you're up here, whatever you're doing in music, you know, I just stay the same as me because I want to help. I want to, you know, I've had a lot of success being a singer-songwriter as well. My song last year went to #1 in many radio stations across the world. And I was so happy because I wrote and co-produced it and sung it. It was called The One For Me. So that was like really a real success. So from there, I got more recognition and I'm like, okay, well, it's great being a singer-songwriter, as you well know, but it's also great to give back. And I see that there's so much talent out there and they have no chances a lot of the times. They're not getting heard. Their CDs, CDs, sorry, there's no CDs anymore. But you know what I mean, Dean? Like it's like their submissions now, their MP3s or WAV files, they're getting thrown into the back burner. So I listen to everyone. I have music companies sending me music as well each week to put on my show, but I think they have that right to be heard. That's my mission. You know, I want to hear them, help them. And I'm still doing singing, songwriting. I'm releasing another song next year.
Nice.
So, yeah. So it's like, you know, I always will do that because that's me. But that's my real mission, to help indie artists get recognized and catapult them out to where they deserve to be heard. And I can do that. Yeah.
And I will say something about that too, is the fact that, so you remind me, I'll tell you who you remind me. You remind me of this dude in New Jersey.
A dude, okay.
A dude, yes. And
hopefully this is a good compliment.
and his wife, and he passed away. He was on our show before.
Oh.
And you probably know him. His name's Johnny. And he was the owner of Megaforce Records.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Megaforce Records was a record company that signed this small band that no other record company would sign.
See?
And they are the biggest heavy metal band of all time.
See, look at
that. I saw their first show ever, and they signed with it. This guy saw something in them, and everybody turned them down because nobody was ready for this type of music.
Yeah.
And that band is Metallica.
You see? This is why I feel I need to do what I need to do as well, because they're not being heard. And there are talents out there that are amazing. You know?
Yeah. If there wasn't a person like you or Johnny, there would be no Metallica today, as an example. What were you going to say, Rebel?
Yes.
Do you help voiceover people?
I do. I mean, I'm doing it myself. I'm doing commercials as well. So yeah, that's part of the company.
So you can help Rebel no longer be sounding like a little girl.
That's only for that little character. Only for that character.
And that's what voiceovers are about, right? Different characters.
Exactly. Doesn't
But
get it.
how come all your characters sound like little girls?
Oh no.
Juan, am I right? Like she'll do like 5 different voiceovers. They sound like the same little girl.
They don't always sound like
I think there's some deep rooted trauma there that she thinks it sounds different, but it doesn't.
The voices come out whenever they want. Yeah, you never know. But seriously, now you never really know what's going to happen.
See, she's diversified. She can do it.
I want to hear about your voiceover services because I need that help. Because what happened to me recently, okay? You ready for this?
Ready.
So I had matched with somebody online dating, and they wanted to have a phone call. This was like a few months ago, and so when I call and get on the phone, she goes, "Oh, I thought you'd have more of a radio voice."
What?
And I'm like, "Really? What does a radio voice sound like?"
Seriously.
And then and then she was like, and I'm like, well, I'm not on the radio right now, but this is my voice, and I use the same voice on the radio. No, but really, can you do your radio voice for me? That's exactly what she said.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ, no wonder I'm single for 50 million years at this point. Okay. Like, I mean, and how about this? This is weird. Okay. I met your brother. Okay. I can't even conceive of this because I don't even think I was that old at that point. I met your brother. It was now almost 25 years ago or 24 years ago.
Is that insane? Oh my
That
God.
just blows my freaking mind. Okay.
Me too. Me too.
I mean, how do I know somebody for that long? I don't understand it, but I mean, so tell us about tell us about your voiceovers and how people can reach out to you to get voiceovers done. And before you do, Juan, do you have that 2:00 show that you have to engineer, or is it a replay?
No, it's going to be a live show.
Okay. So we're going to finish up in a couple minutes and you're going to run to that other show. But go ahead, Corinne. Tell them all about your voiceover in the elevator speech.
Okay. So basically, anyone who wants to reach out can reach out to me to any kind of, it's not just music, by the way. I do voiceovers for any type of business, of course. So I can sing it or speak it. So they can reach me at CorinneBarrettOfficialMusic.com. CorinneBarrettOfficialMusic.com, or they can email me at CorinneBarrettOfficial@gmail.com. And that's what they can do. They just request what they want them. They'll collaborate with me, tell me how they want it spoken, or if they want to even do jingles with me, I can find some businesses that they want to do it for, and we can help them work with me to get them placed to do the jingles. And it's not just the jingles, like I said, in the company, it's music placements. There's so much I'm giving back. So there's a lot of different things that I can do in the company. But that's part of the jingle end of it. So yeah, anybody who wants to, have a commercial or a jingle spoken, sung, can go to those sites, CorinneBarrettOfficialMusic.com again, or CorinneBarrettOfficial@gmail.com. And the Global Awards contest. Don't forget
they
that
have
one.
to enter the contest. That contest is so freaking cool.
And there's like every genre of music. So they can do classical, like we said, to heavy metal, to anything. So they can enter at globalsongawards.com. And I have it every quarter. I will have it every quarter. So it's not just right now. Right now, I think the deadline is September, I think it's 15th. If I'm not mistaken.
I enter? But let me just say, I have to do it in the shower because that's
perfect.
That's the only way to do it. I think we should bring. What do you think, Rebel? I think we should bring Corinne on if she wants to next week, so we can talk even more about her. And
great, I'd love it.
I have a question that probably the audience is thinking. So with your jingles and stuff, does that mean you're kind of like Charlie from 2.5 Men?
Charlie. No.
Good. Oh, good, because those jingles are not winning.
No.
That's all I have to say.
No.
I don't know. Charlie did pretty well. He did a lot
Yeah,
better
he
than
did,
Ellen.
but-
We have another comment we want to bring up on the screen here. So it says, I hope that it is released with everything and Chad's original tracking. Beautiful song. Chad is a permanent part of millions of lives. May he be blessed.
Agreed.
So, and he was against that wedding, by the way. He said, I boycott that wedding. I'm like, you can't boycott the wedding. You're writing a song. But he was right. He gave it 18 months. That was generous. He was right in the end. Chad was right. I think it lasted 13 months. So he was right in there. And We do have to go though. So do you have any final words, Corinne, or any final ways you want people to connect with you?
The one thing I'd like to say is that, yes, visit me at Corinne Barrett Official music.com. Corinne Barrett Official music.com if you want to connect with me. And also my email, CorinneBarrettOfficial@gmail.com. And also please enter the Global Song Contest with amazing awards. We are giving back prizes, which means #1 spot on my radio show, packages for music placements, and a Crystal Award. So it's not one of those just, oh, here's a certificate type of thing. I'm trying to give back with, things that are really good for their career to catapult them out there. So they will get #1 spots, and it's, prize 1, 2, and 3 in each category. So that's great. So they can go to globalsongawards.com. And again, like I said, I work with Song Heroes Music. So that's also where we do music placements, and I do A&R. So anybody who wants to submit songs through that as well, we also do that separately as another, department. So that's a great thing. And yeah, that's really what I'm about. I really appreciate you all having me on your show. It really means a lot to me to promote the company, to be able to speak to everyone about what I really am giving back to people. And I hope they really listen intently on that, because it's so well needed, like you said, in this industry.
Absolutely. And you are like a beacon of hope for this industry.
Thank
Everybody
you.
needs to reach out to you.
Thank
Probably
you.
Rebel, we need to bring her back next week.
Perfect.
So we can talk even more about this stuff, because it's good stuff.
Thank
But
you.
now we have to go, because
Okay.
the next show's probably pissed. Juan's probably pissed. I went over. I do what I tell everybody on my station not to do. But hey, this is the Adventures of Pipeman here
Thank
on
you.
W4CY Radio. Tune in next week and every week, Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Next week's show, we'll probably have Corinne on, and we'll probably talk about what I'm going to be doing that week. So
Awesome.
tune in. Thanks for listening. Roll it, Juan.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.